For their kids.
People need just basic items, things like socks, things like slippers, things that will make their Christmas special, like Christmas dinners, food, presents.
He says they're also seeing more seniors than ever, partly because of a new social housing complex that recently opened nearby. Stephanie Fraze, News 1130.
News 1130 time, 8:38.
I'm a paramedic student. I'm an actress. I'm a mother. We see a whole bunch of different stories here at Loving Spoonful, so we need your support.
Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a chilly Thursday morning. Yay, Thursday. For those of you who don't know, I don't work Fridays. And especially not tomorrow, because it's December tomorrow. It's 34 degrees in American, which would make it, actually it's just dropped. It's 32 degrees American. It's, yeah, never mind. It's cold. And very exciting. Today is the day I will go down to December right after work, so I'll be good and tired by the time I get there. But the good news is that Benji's got me into a hotel there, which means that I can go and sort of grab some food on the way down, walk into the hotel, have a really nice shower or a bath, whichever I prefer, and then have a really good night's sleep. Give myself as much sleep as possible so that I can survive the 24 hours of December. Very, very exciting times. Now, I haven't had a chance to talk to Benji one-on-one, but I understand that he did himself a bit of a mischief on his shoulder. Let's hope that everything's okay. But, you know, I know enough about Benji that the show must go on, so, you know, it will take a lot more than a pinched nerve to stop him from doing December, in case anybody is concerned about that. What I will do, of course, is when I get down there tonight, I will be processing this vlog and putting it up sometime. And you can be sure that I'll be working on a hotel internet connection, which will not be good. And I'll be missing my one at home. Now then, I was actually meant to have a biopsy done yesterday. And I say meant to because I didn't. In fact, I got into a little bit of a, I have to call it a pissing match, really, with my doctor's office. Because I arrived and they presumed I was back for a checkup on my lungs, which I was as well. And by the way, although I'm still struggling a little bit, my lungs are fine. And I got the all clear to go and do what I need to do. But when I mentioned that I was also there for biopsy, they went a little bit berserk because how could I not have mentioned that when I booked the appointment? And yeah, quite honestly, I didn't know I needed to. And I got shamed pretty badly for a second there. Well, why on earth didn't you, you know, all that sort of stuff. And I went, whoa, excuse me a second. And by the way, my doctor tried it as well. I just did the same with him. I said, excuse me a second. How many biopsies have I had in my life? And he said, I don't know. How many? I said, none. I said, for all I knew, all it required was a needle into the area that you're unhappy about and draw some cells. That's what I thought was going to happen. I didn't know you were going to be carving your name into my skin. I said, back off. Well, you know, we have to freeze you and da-da-da-da. I said, what a pity you didn't tell me that previously. Then I would have been informed and not been made to feel like I'm a raving idiot. Whereupon I got some apologies. But you know, again, I would challenge you all to be aware of this. It happens all the time, where you are made to be shamed because of your lack of knowledge of somebody else's area of expertise. That is not fair, and it's not right, and you have every right to defend yourself from that. We get it a lot in our lives. I can remember when I was trying to buy my home many, many years ago. And I got a telephone call from, somebody who obviously thought I was an expert in conveyancing, which I'm not. And I certainly know a lot more today than I did then, but, even so. And they just phoned up and they said, well, do you have a binder? And I'm looking up at my bookcase and I'm going, yeah, quite a few. Why? No, insurance binder. I said, wait a minute, let me open up my drawer. I think I've got one somewhere. No, that's not what we mean. What do you mean? Well, an insurance binder for selling your home. I said, I have no idea what that is. It's jargon. I have no idea what that is. Well, of course you know what it is. It's an insurance binder to sell your home. I said, no, I have no idea what that is. And I object to being made to feel stupid, or you're insinuating that I'm stupid because I don't know. What is it? Explain it. And who would I need to contact to find out? Do you get my drift? Because they do it all the time. And you're pretty sure you know that they think you're a raving idiot by their voice tone. Have you noticed that the voice tone changes? What? No insurance binder. Like you're really stupid. And I go, no, I'm sorry. Where else does that happen? It happens at banks sometimes. It happens, anything legal. And that's why I say it happens at banks sometimes when you're signing contracts and stuff. If ever you do that. And so, I don't know about you, but it really gets up my nose. How dare you assume that I'm stupid because I don't understand your area of expertise? How are you at riding dressage horses? How are you at being a YouTuber? How are you at, and I could think of a lot of things I could ask you questions on where I could make you feel absolutely stupid. How dare you? Of course, unless you think that somebody who doesn't know your area of expertise is a raving idiot, in which case you're an arrogant so-and-so. So I wonder if any of you have had an experience, where that's happened to you, where somebody has, I think the expression is, lorded it over you. made you feel less than by their knowledge and expected you to know their area of expertise. And because you didn't, they frowned upon you. Now, one of the things I've always loved about the broadcast people is that we use two completely different broadcast systems during the course of a weekend. And by the way, while I talk about that, and just a quick reminder to everybody, of course, that there will not be any broadcasts this weekend because I'll be doing Down Simba. Yay! In fact, I was going to say this time tomorrow. No, this time tomorrow I'll probably still be sleeping. Where was I? Clean forgotten. I must not do that to myself. Anyway, it had to do about people making you feel stupid. And I am quite certain that we've all got experience of it. And what I wanted to say is, are you the person making other people feel stupid? And the reason I ask that is because I'm pretty sure that throughout the various viewers across the world, we've got people in all sorts of different walks of life. And you've all got different lives, different work, different whatever. And I'm pretty sure that quite a few of you are in businesses that is prone to jargon. Jargon is just an upmarket way of using fancy words that are only relevant to your business. I mean, for example, if I were to talk about being a YouTuber, you know, upload means something very specific in my mind. But if I talk to an average person and said, you know, I spend X amount of minutes per day uploading, you know, how many people know what I'm talking about? So it becomes jargon. It's only relevant if you know what business I'm in and how it works. And I've always, one of the things that I did during the time that I trained staff a lot was I would really work hard at making sure that the staff never used jargon when they could use plain English. When talking to clients. You can use as much jargon as you like internally. But when you're talking to clients, it's really important that you don't. And so, one of the things that a lot of people do, a lot of companies do as well, is they use abbreviations a lot. A little bit of a fender bender there. And the joy of cameras, phone cameras, camera phones, because both of the people involved have got their cameras out taking pictures of the damage. Remember the days when we couldn't do that? So I think that if you look around the world, if you look around your day, if you sort of check out throughout your day how many people are using jargon and expecting you to know what they're talking about, it happens in almost every single situation I can think of. And most times, I must admit, I've got quite a good sense of humor around it, and I will look at them and I go, I bet you think I know what you're talking about. And they go, what? You know, you just called that a lesser spotted ooh-ah, and I bet you think I know what you're talking about. But that's jargon, and I have no idea what it means. Well, you know, it's a lesser spotted doodad, not the elongated one. I don't know what a doodad is. Oh, you know, like, how stupid are you? So I would actually challenge you to keep your ears open and be the defender of other human beings being made to feel stupid because they don't understand somebody's jargon. Now, one of the things, that's what I was talking about, one of the things I love about the broadcast people is we try to be really good about being aware of our jargon, because what we've discovered is just because we all get together and do these broadcasts together and help people, we've come up with our own sort of collective jargon, our own sort of number of sort of pet phrases. And whenever we get a new person that we think is likely to probably be around, we try and update them and let them know what the what the expressions are that we use. For example, we talk about a 2x4. And a 2x4 is normally when I think somebody's living in Disneyland and needs a reality check. And I will say, you know, I'm just want to warn you, I'm about to hit you with a 2x4, which means you're probably not going to like what I'm about to tell you, but got a feeling you might need to hear it anyway. And then we have mop, M-O-P. And that's, you know, in case somebody wants to go to the washroom, they'll just write mop. Now, the reason that started was because, you know, when I was very early on in the broadcast thing, I actually asked one day online, you know, does anybody have a mop? And they all went, no, why? And I said, well, if you haven't, I need to go to the washroom. So, you know, it became the sort of thing that we all say, you know, we just write mop, and it means I'm away from the keyboard, I've gone to the washroom. So we've got all these little things that are only relevant if you happen to be a Dear Mama Sal viewer of our broadcasts. And I think it's pretty important that we let people know we've got these little idiosyncrasies in our lives. The other thing that we try and do, and we've always tried to do, is to make sure that we help people learn how to get on to camera if they are ready to be on camera. We don't let everybody on camera immediately. We normally wait until they're pretty well established before we put them on camera. But what I was going to say was that we will actually literally talk them through that process. Because we know it's a little frustrating and it can take a little bit of hard work to do it. And it's frustrating if you don't get it right. We know that because we've done it. So we are incredibly patient with new people trying to learn how to do that. And the reason we're incredibly patient is we've all been there. We remember how difficult it was. Now, of course, some people just get it first time. They actually do press exactly the right buttons in the right order or whatever, and they get it. There are others that spend weeks trying to get it right. And it's very frustrating. And we understand that totally. So, and it's not that you're stupid, it's that everything's easy to do once you know how to do it. Have you noticed that in life? Boiling an egg is really easy once you know how to do it and you can do it consistently. Cooking a roast beef and Yorkshire pudding dinner is really easy once you know how to do it. And the only way you learn how to do it is to practice it and to mess it up a few times. And the other thing I notice with the broadcast viewers when we do the broadcast is that they're really welcoming to new people. And they work hard to make them feel welcome. Why? Well, because they can remember when they first came on, somebody made them feel welcome. Monkey see, monkey do. I always have a thing at work whenever a new employee arrives at work. I started it when I first joined the company because I've always done it wherever I worked. A new person arrives in our company, I don't care what your position is, whether it's the lowest position or one of the higher ones. I will be in there with the route map to show the whole of the office and where everybody sits and pictures of what they look like and what they do. So that if somebody says, oh, you need to see Jane, you can look on your route map and see who Jane is, what she does, and where you'll find Jane. Really important. And I've had so many people thank me for that. Because you don't have to go, who's Jane? You've actually got a pretty good idea where to find them and what they do. So, my rant for the day is that I took time off work to go and have a biopsy done and never had it done because I didn't know how much time it took to do a biopsy. And now I have to take more time off work when I get back from Down Samba on Tuesday to have a biopsy done. Frustrating? Yes. Anything I can do about it? No. Not if I still want to get the biopsy done. So, it is what it is. I can rant, and I can rage, and I can do all sorts of things, but you know something? Still got to go back on Tuesday. So really, I can just smile and go, I learnt something. And hopefully, my doctor's office learned something as well. Because whatever incredulous sort of body language and voice tone they gave me about, well, why didn't you tell me da 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 da? I actually mimicked it. I went, the reason I didn't tell you da 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 because I didn't know. Oh. But you know, you had to have a biopsy. I said, I have no idea what that looks like. I thought it was just, you know, you just withdrew liquid. I didn't know you had to actually, you know, carve your name in my back to do that. Yeah, I didn't know we were talking scalpels and freezing and all sorts of things. I thought it was just a quick, you know, with a needle. So please don't make me feel stupid. I don't deserve that. And how many people will that help in future? Hopefully a few. So everybody, it's good for the soul. What is? Having a little rant every now and then. Apparently, it'll stop you having a heart attack. Venting is actually a very healthy thing to do. I really recommend that everybody has at least one person that they can vent at and with. And I actually have people that I can phone up and I go, I really need to vent. And that means what I'm about to say has got nothing to do with you. I just need to let off steam, literally. And they go, okay, go for it. And when I vent, the sort of people I vent to, they know that my language could get pretty, you know, descriptive. That would be a polite way of saying what could happen to my language. It could get pretty descriptive, and if I do it right, I'll burst out laughing at the end of it, because I will have got rid of my my anger about it, and then I'll just be laughing. Like, okay, fine, I think I'm better now. And so I really recommend that you don't hold these things in. Because if you hold in the fact that you've been made to feel stupid, you'll begin to believe that you are. And that is such BS before supper. That is such BS. I cannot tell you how many people I've spoken to in my life where I've said, don't you dare feel stupid about that. If you didn't know it before, don't feel stupid.